Okay, today's video really speaks about intermittent fasting. And as soon as you hear the word fasting, people start flipping out. Oh my God, you're abusing your body. What you're doing is unhealthy. This is terrible. You're wrecking your body. No. Intermittent fasting is a pattern of eating and not eating. It really is when you eat, how often you eat. That's really what intermittent fasting is. Okay, so the basis of intermittent fasting is really getting down from 3 meals and no snacking down to 2 meals, which is what most people usually do if they're really not trying to be very aggressive about losing weight, or if they're not premenopausal like me, and it's like an act of Congress to get the weight off. So what you want to do is you slowly increase the length of your breakfast time until you pretty much push it to lunchtime, totally dropping it out. That's what you want to do. So you continue to close that window that you have for eating. So if you're not hungry, don't eat. It's okay. A lot of people aren't really hungry for breakfast, so this ends up being a much easier program for them. Now for me, I'm just the opposite. I don't really care if I eat at night. I'm usually hungry in the morning. And so I've had this switched around, but for most people, they find it really hard not to eat at night. And a lot of people don't care about breakfast at all. So that's usually what they do. They end up pushing their breakfast to lunchtime. Then you gradually, if you want, go to 1 meal a day. And really, what does that look like? Okay, so this is how I did it. Okay, so I went really from 3 meals really wasn't a big deal to me. I was okay with starting out with not having dinner, and then when I was hungry, which is usually like 9 o'clock in the morning, 10 o'clock in the morning, I'd start eating. And then I'd have like a 6-hour window of eating my 2 meals. So I'd eat maybe at 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. At 4 o'clock, I might have something to eat. Then gradually over weeks, probably about 3 weeks or so, I started closing that window gradually from 6 hours. Then I moved it to 4 hours. In about 3 weeks' time, I moved to 4 hours. Then in another 3 weeks, I moved it to about 3 hours to 2 hours. And then after that, I had just 1 meal a day. And that worked for me. I wasn't hungry. By then, I had broken my addiction to carbohydrates. And really what I really loved was those famous Amos cookies and those white Cheez-Its. I loved those. Other than that, I wasn't really big on eating potatoes or anything like that. I had pretty much broken my addiction to that already. But my thing was, and crackers, just any type of crackers, whether it be saltines, Clubhouse, any type of crackers was really hard for me to resist. And so that was my downfall. And so by that time, my body was not craving it. I wasn't hungry most of the time. And my energy was high because I had started eating my 7 to 10 cups of cruciferous vegetables, which is the cruciferous vegetables are the green leafy vegetables. They are the kale, spinach, bok choy, spring mix, Brussels sprouts, things like that. And it really does your body. It is amazing. At first I was really skeptical. But again, I don't have a medical background, but I am going through Dr. Eric Berg's certification to become certified in keto and intermittent fasting. So I've learned all of my training, everything that I know I've learned from him, and it has been amazing. It has been life-changing, especially for me who is premenopausal. My body was all screwed up from every single fad diet you can possibly think of. I was starting to become insulin resistant, which also makes it more difficult to lose weight. It seemed like I had all the cards stacked against me. And when I started doing this, the weight just came off, and I was actually started exercising less. I started maybe exercising twice a week for a half hour instead of 45 minutes 4 times a week. And so just know, 90% of losing weight is what goes in your mouth. You can't exercise away a bad diet. You just can't. So just know that's kind of what it looks like. But for most people who aren't really trying to lose weight, it's usually 2 meals a day. And that's really good for you. So I hope you found this information helpful. Thank you so much. I should be receiving my certification soon. So if you're interested in working with me, you're interested in finding out what I did, if you're interested in coming on to my keto team, I'd love to have you. So I'll keep you updated. Take care.